Welcome back to Divinity Virtue. I know, I'm wearing sunglasses, aviators inside. But it's funny because what I'm wearing right now, I remember during the summer, me and my buddy, I'm going to give him a shout out. His name's Eric. He's a good guy. You know what? I've watched him in the last 2.5 years. I've seen his highs and lows. He started working out, he started doing cardio, he's chiseled. He's a good guy. He's become good. But he shows me a picture last week. He goes, I gotta show you this picture. And he shows me like every other week, depending when he's drunk or not. But he goes, yo, this was our best picture ever. So I was a lot thinner during the summer because not so I was counting my calories a little bit more and I was working out a little bit harder. So but the picture, I'm wearing all white, wearing the red tie, red aviators. I think I was wearing a black cowboy hat and everything. And I had a drink of Red Bull in my hand. I don't know what he had in his, but we looked like we were mad on the snow. Like it looked like it was summer and we were on snow. That's how bad it was. It was crazy. So it was interesting because this week I don't know what's going on. I know that depression is like it's a made up feeling, right? So I was thinking, okay, I'm really depressed this week. I didn't go out, didn't go to karaoke. I've been working on my final like slides and whatnot. I said in one of my other videos I had like 16 slides. I'm such a perfectionist. I probably have like oh 40, 50 now. Now that I've dug a little bit deeper, going, oh, I could do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So granted, I have no job, and it seems I'm just getting interviews, but I'm not landing them anymore. And that's the other thing. I guess I'm trying to really be a better person and not lie in my interviews. But I'm going to tell you, when I used to like go for job interviews, lie, 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 lie. You get the job a lot quicker. Now, when you tell the truth, it's kind of like, hope they don't judge you for being honest. It's okay though. Nothing's meant to be. So, it's funny because I've been having these like paradigms. I keep saying, I'm like, okay, there's something so different about me. And I have to think, you know, everyone in my family, I figured it out. Figured it out. And I was like, I was so depressed. Hadn't shaved in a week. Like, I looked like, I don't even know. I had hair and more hair than I've ever seen in a long time. So I had to shave that shit off. Like, this is no November. Like we're done with that stuff. So I cleaned up well today. Fresh shave, shaved my head. I know it's a thing. I just go fully bald. It is what it is. But I was like, okay, so I got to figure out these paradigms. And I said, why would this all happen to me? Okay, so if I work this through, I said, okay, everyone in my family has grown up eating bad shit. Everyone in my family has dated questionable characters. Everyone in my family has had an addiction. Everyone in my family is tied to the dark side. Everyone in my family. Okay. So I remember growing up, we're poor. We moved out, moved houses every 2 years. Okay. So I had to learn how to make new friends. So that was tough. It's hard to make friends. It really is. Especially like when you're brand new in a school every 2 years and like, hey, I'm going to make friends and then probably never see you again. That's even worse. Okay. So my mom, let's go like if we go great grandma, great grandfather, they were in the army. But then when they came back, all they did was drink and eat bad shit. So they did teach, the proper rules of how to live life, but they came back with so much like triggers and They didn't know how to handle it, right? I don't think I could handle war, to be honest with you. I've seen my buddies who come back from like the U.S. Army, and man, he's got PTSD. I remember seeing a guy in Australia. I made him cry, and I'm thinking, holy crap! I've never made an army guy cry. Like, wasn't my intention, but I guess words hit a lot harder than some things. I guess it is what it is. So I was like, okay, everything I've done in my family, I watched them all. I was like, okay, so my dad got the shit kicked out of him because he ripped off the wrong people. I never did that. Um, he had bad addictions. And then I remember one day he goes, "Oh, what do you want for your birthday?" And I said, "Pot." And he goes, "What, you do that stuff? That'll make you stupid or some shit." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, you're a cokehead. Don't talk to me." I'm like, as long as I'm smoking pot, at least I'm just relaxing, drinking Slurpees, doing the fat things that people do that smoke pot. So, anyways, he's long gone. He died of his addiction, died of cirrhosis of the liver. So, honestly, I believe that drinking is probably the number one trigger to every other drug. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go with like 90% of the time. Once again, I'm not a statistician or any of that stuff. I'm just going with my own logic, what I see. So then I think, okay, my aunt, she made fast money. She did the game, but then she got caught. She got caught. And she knew that this last time was she's in jail for life. But she also knew go to this one place. They were told never show up at this one place or else your life might be gone. So what do? Go to jail? Nah. You live the high and low. You go to the one place and see what your high and low is. She's gone. All right. So my sister grew up in the same type of life, but she grew up with my dad. I grew up with my mom because they split. And my sister got into that like lifestyle, and now she's back on the right path where she's going to school, she's studying hard, she's got a family, working hard. That's the life path. Okay. So I'm proud of her. Very proud of her. She's like 3 years sober. Very proud of her. Now, if I look at my uncle, you know, now he just smokes pot, plays poker, and works construction. So he got out of the game. My mom, she never got into the game. She just said, I'm going to go hustle in the real world. She goes, I know how to talk. I know how to listen. She goes, I'm a street kid. I know how sales are. Smart. So she got into the sales world. That game didn't play well for her. So then I'm thinking, okay, I watched all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll do well in the corporate world. I made six figures. I really have. But I really don't like being micromanaged or it's not like I just have no intentions of ruining anyone's company. If I know that you're going to pay for my like life and whatnot, I'm there to work. I'm there to be the best I can be. So I learned. Now let's look at my grandma. She came up with a lot of addictions. And even when I look in her house right now, it's crazy. She's a hoarder, which is interesting because I think hoarding, you have to go through all of her stuff just to get near her. So she's closed off so much to everyone that it's like, yeah, you gotta get past all of my hoarding stuff before you can even come to me. Because if you hurt me, I don't know what to do about it. She's still got her triggers, habits. She doesn't understand it. But here's the thing. Okay, I'm different than this family. I'm like, I don't like hurting people. But then I grew up in this family going like, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Seriously, that's what it was. And I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to do everything different. So I've dabbled in my addictions. Good. I don't need to see that anymore. Now I'm like focusing on this idea. And I know I'm not going to be ready for a few months. Every day that I put in 3, 4 hours into it, I get excited. I'm thinking, okay, I'm so much closer. I'm so much closer. I don't even know if it'll work or not. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm just spending my hours the way I want to spend it. I know I have to find a job shortly here, but like I said, I keep telling the truth in interviews. And it doesn't work out the best always. So it is what it is. And then I was like, I'm gonna watch some like really happy music, like I don't know, "Party in the USA" by like Miley Cyrus and Justin Timberlake. Like all the old days that like I grew up and I was like, yeah, radio music always makes you laugh. So it was good. And then the Mormons were like, oh, can we come over today? I go, honestly, no. Like, I'm in hermit mode. I just want to focus on like my project, get this done, eat my face stupid because I like to eat. And then I was like, as I was listening to music, I was like, oh, I miss everyone. I didn't go out last night. I want to see all these people. I'm ready. I'm so ready. And then here's the interesting thing. Oh, yeah, my grandma. So she's got her addictions and whatnot. But she also hung in that life. All the people that had to like go through like counseling had to go through her. So it's not like she ever got out of the life. So I get it. So I went to university. I got an economics degree, a finance degree. My hands are clean, blah, blah, blah. But I only know that old life. So I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. Like, why am I in so many paradigms? I don't think I belong to this family. I understand the family lifestyle. Not my thing anymore. Not my thing. But then I was like, okay, now that I came into a twin flame, and I keep calling her the devil. I really do believe she's a karmic. But that's the thing is you fall in love with what you know. She's like my family members. So God is telling me, hey, are you gonna chase this? Sure, you love it. Who doesn't, right? You chase what you love. I get that. So he goes, I'm gonna put you through the pains, the highs and lows. We'll see how good your love is for her. You'll never get it. You'll never get it. You'll be chasing this forever, forever, forever. I'm thinking, that's sad. That means all those people who are chasing something, they're chasing it forever, forever, forever. Is that like life fulfillment? Nah. At the end of the day, that's not life. I can't even talk. Life fulfillment. At the end of the day, it's not, right? So the instant gratification, I'm thinking, okay, I tried for everything of instant gratification this year. CFA, 4,000 pages. Some of the questions, 25 steps just to answer a math question. Anything from economics to linear algebra to stats to corporate finance, accounting, you name it. It had everything in there. Pass rate was 67%. They do it on the bell curve worldwide. I got 55. You know, it's funny because I probably did 40 mock exams. I didn't even pass it by 51%. Any of them. So the fact that I got 55, cool. That road's done. So I said, okay, how am I going to do this entire year? So I spent 8 months, hustled, couldn't find a job, and I'm thinking, God's trying to show me something. Okay, like I have finance degree. There was a lot of great jobs I applied for. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So he says, okay, I'm gonna let you try for your CFA. I don't think you'll pass it, but I want to see your mentality. So you know what I did for 8 months? I woke up, studied, went to the gym, and tried to hustle and make some money just to pay for my bills. And I came back, and I went back in the bar scene, and everyone's like, "Yo, are you on coke?" I'm like, "No, I work out, I eat healthy, I changed my entire lifestyle." I said, "I can't be chasing things that aren't mine anymore. CFA wasn't mine. I'm chasing that six pack. I'm close. You know what? I'm still probably going to be a year away, so I'm going to chase that for another year. Is that going to be fulfillment? Oh, it's going to be so much ego because I'm going to tell you, I've done over 30,000 kilometers on the elliptical, and I can't even tell you how hard it is. But every day I get there, people know me now. People come and talk to me. And the worst part is like the people who are Like I said, they just think that they'll get in shape because they're at the gym. Maybe that's the reason people fail. Maybe that's the reason people fail. Okay, I failed everything this year, but I put 100% into it. Now what? Do I say, hey, you know what? What could I have done better? Probably a lot, right? I could have tweaked something. I could have figured out something else. It didn't happen, but I put in 100% to everything I've done, and I think that people don't realize that. Putting 100% to whatever you do, day's done. On to the next day. And I'm gonna get that six pack. You know what? No one else in my family actually had to work out. I will. You know, they got hair. I don't. That's something I'll never get. So it's cool. I'm okay with that. But I keep saying that I'm like, okay, I'm generational change. I'm gonna build this company. I'm gonna make it good because I got such a perfectionist attitude that every time I look at a slide, I'm like, oh, I can add something here. I can add something here. Like I said, I always thought I had 16 slides. I'm probably at 40 or 50 now. And that's another thing. I do say numbers like 40 to 50 so that if you guys ever go back in any of my old videos and then you like fact check anything, maybe that's just something I used to do, but like when I was in finance, you had to have like exact numbers. So it'd be like 3 point whatever, 6 9. Who cares? But back in the day, being kind of a salesman and not really wanting people to question me, I would give one or two answers, right? Then you're not fully given the full answers, so you can't fully be held accountable. That's okay. You know what? Like I said, some of those numbers, it's around there. Okay, I'll admit to my faults. I'll admit to that. If I really wanted to, I should stick to the scripts that I write out, but I don't. I just kind of go off my head, and then whatever pops up, I just say. I'm okay with that because I'm being honest, true, and who I am. I admit to my faults. I admit that I may make mistakes. I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I'm just trying to tell it how it is, and I don't even know how to edit. So anything I say is just going to be out there. It is what it is. But yeah, tonight, I'm just so excited to go out. I'm gonna look like this, fresh. I'm gonna smell good, and then oh yeah, yeah. Like I keep saying, I know. I'm sorry. I got all these tangents. And I'm thinking, how do I get out of this cycle? So I build my own business, right? Doesn't matter how long it takes. Build your own business, do your side hustle, and then when that evens out, go straight to the business. I was talking to one of the guys in the mall. And he goes, "Yeah, British Virgin Islands." And I go, "Ah, it's now Seychelles." I was like, "BVI is the place to go." He goes, and the lady goes, "Why would you start a small business out there?" He goes, "Get away from the taxes." He goes, "If you're going to start a small business, pay a little bit more, get away from the taxes, still do your accounting, still do your financials, make it legit. At the end of the day, you're working for yourself." This is what I'm trying to show you guys. That's the pie. Pie doesn't get bigger. Everyone blames the rich. Nah, the rich are smart. They got so much money that they wait for other people to build it, buy it, make the pie bigger for them. That's how it works. So build the corporation, get in with the government, sell. That's the game. That's the game. That's the game. You don't get this? It's over. You're going to work for someone else for the rest of your life. It's all good. I get it because I got another year or two that I'm going to have to swallow my pride, which means you guys will probably see another, who knows how many firings. I'm going to have to be respectful about it. I'm going to have to say thank you. I have to learn my lesson. I'm going to have to keep my mouth shut, keep moving forward because I know that God makes everything happen, good or bad, just to test you to see how well you're willing to handle things. So now you throw me that twin flame. And that's interesting because that means both of us, if that's my other half of my soul, she's supposed to be generational change as well. I mean, she comes from a very bad upbringing because we would pretty much be aligned, right? That's what twin flame is. It's the other half of your soul, which means you would have had experiences back in the past that will align because it'd be very close. She's a hustler. She's a playgirl. She's everything that I was back in the day. So God's saying, okay, you want this? Or are you going to change this? Don't be like your family. You said you're not like your family. I want to see it. So you know what? That twin flame. I'm okay with that. But that conversation does have to happen. And I know that once that conversation happens, that door's done. And I believe it's just get my debt down to zero. And where I think it's a whole new cycle. I'm out of here. I can already tell you one of my buddies just moved to Australia. I've kept in touch with him. I got a few other friends in Australia. I got a few other people that are moving to Australia this year, and I'm just thinking, that's it. There's nothing left. And it has nothing to do with my family, because bless them, they were brought up, and taught the wrong way. They'll never know. They'll never know the difference. I already said I'm generational change. Even if my kids don't listen to me, I'm going to teach them the right ways. Once they turn 18, good on you. You're on your own. Don't come to me because I'm going to tell you, you have 18 years to learn from me. Might not be the easiest life, but I can guarantee if you figure it out, it'll be life, and it'll be just like, you understand your triggers. You understand your highs and lows. You understand that people come in your life, they're either to bring you up or bring you down. So who do you want to surround yourself with? People who have low mentalities that are always out to hurt somebody or get the fast cash or whatever. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of respect for those guys because they treat me good. They won't stab me in the back. They tell me more stuff than I ever need to know. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to, like I said, I'm not a rat. I'm not a snitch. I don't care. As long as you give me respect, I'll give you a million plus one. So that's how this game works. But I'm not chasing that lifestyle anymore. I've never, I've never seen the mountaintop. I've never been CEO. I've always worked my hardest just to get fired or have somebody else get a promotion above me. That's fine. So I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to finish up my slides. Maybe I start a gym brand or something on the side to funnel the money so that it makes it so that there's more things that I don't know. Don't know. All I know is I'm going to start with the consulting so that I can get a big enough following. Once that following is big enough, then I'm going to go up to the next step, whatever that step is, whether it's gym clothes, whether it's nice professional clothes. Who knows? I don't know. Whatever it is, maybe I show how to people. You gotta you gotta start focusing on yourselves. Maybe it's being a motivational speaker. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that life's already planned. I already know that. So at the end of the day, I was depressed so bad, and then I thought, what am I depressed about? Because I can't pay for life or enjoy like good things. Who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, if I go bankrupt, what's going to happen? Let's be real. What's going to happen? They're either going to keep upping my credit limit because let's be honest, once you have a way to charge people more money and then get interest on top, you're just stuck in a cycle. That's all this is. Life is a cycle. Figure out the cycles. Once you get out of the cycle, it's done. It's like next. That didn't do anything. So okay, I go bankrupt hypothetically because I don't want to throw that in the air. What would I do? I'd be like, all right, fine. I'll close down all my bank accounts, claim bankruptcy, move, and what? In 7 years, it's off my record, and I'm probably never coming back to Canada. So, okay, Canada, you did your job. Like, this is such a terrible country. Honestly, people, yeah, you get taxed lots in Canada. We are a third world country. We don't even have good credit rating. This is a very tough place unless you're into the side hustles. It's just like one of the G's, you know who the G is. He goes, Eastern Europe, sure, there's crime and corruption, but you know where it is. You know how to get around it. At least it's up front, so you know what to do. He goes, you don't think the United States and Canada is one of the most corrupt countries in the world? He goes, they just hide everything behind closed doors. Yo, facts. Anyways, today, Saturday, I'm ready. I just gotta close one more door. I'm done. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going out tonight. I'm gonna make sure my heart is open. I'm gonna have energy galore. Like I said, I felt like I was depressed POS this last week. Air everywhere. Like I just looked like I walked out of a cave after hibernation or something. I don't know. I'm happy now. I'm going to finish off on more of my slides. I got 5 more hours of this, 5 hours of this, and happy music. Honestly, that's a pretty good blessing. And then I'll go out, talk to people for 3, 4 hours, people I haven't seen in weeks. That's going to be nice. It's going to be seeing just how their lives are going. They always have more drama than I ever do. I'm trying to get away from the drama, but it's just good because they always tell me that they miss me. They always compliment me. They always hug me. It's like a ego boost because I've been in hermit mode. I just feel like a nobody. But at the end of the day, depression is nothing. Who cares? Like, what can I do about it? Nothing. I might as well just enjoy good music, work on what I can work on, and try to change my thoughts, right? Isn't that all it comes down to? Don't think the negative thoughts. Don't listen to what the TV shit says. You know, think positive. Anyways, great video. I'm 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 just so happy. Yeah, my name's Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. You gotta take your losses before you become the boss. Divine timing. You know, let's try to help everyone out. Let's try to be 1% better. God bless. Amen. It's go time. Time to just show love to this world. Let's make things happen. I'm gonna tell you. Don't worry, everyone. Things are changing. You just gotta have faith. Sometimes you're at the roller coaster, right? Sometimes you got the highs, and sometimes you got the lows. But have a great weekend. Thank you very much for listening. Take care.